Okay, hello, guys. I'm back.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. So thank you very much for waiting. I don't know what happened, but I had to start again. Start the program because it wouldn't let me start for some reason. It was super slow, but now I'm back. Okay, my people. So let's continue. We are going to watch some videos that I'm sure you are going to, I mean, they're short, but it's related to this topic, and it's about sharing or having roommates and living with other people with some TV shows. So I am going to share my screen with the videos.
Ahora o nunca. Últimos días de casa de descuentos en Mercado Libre. Disfruta de hasta el 45%.
Okay. So these videos are from my favorite TV show, that is The Big Bang Theory. Okay. And it's about living with Sheldon. Have you ever watched The Big Bang Theory?
Yes, teacher, I have. It's very funny.
Yeah, it is.
And it is really good to practice our English.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes, it's very difficult sometimes to understand because the target language that they use is very it's for scientifics and scientists, and it's there is a lot of vocabulary that maybe if you don't work in this field, if you're not like a scientist, or if you're not a neurobiologist or something, or you're not, I mean, you don't work in this field, it can be like kind of like difficult to understand everything, but still is very funny. So, and it's very fun to watch. So I'm going to show you some videos about Sheldon sharing or trying to find roommate. So I'm going to, okay, so after watching these two short videos, we are going to answer the following questions, and we're going to learn vocabulary about this. So let's go back here to our book, and we're going to read the descriptions of people you might live with, and we're going to also check the meaning of the words in bold. So next to or in front of these sentences, you are going to write number one, if this will really get on your nerves. What is the meaning of this? These would really get on my nerves. What do you understand from this sentence?
If that's something important for you, or
something important,
remarkable.
Something remarkable. This would be no.
No.
I mean, maybe, but this expression, like this would really get on my nerves, it's going to make you feel like annoyed. It's kind of like Amy when she was sharing the bed with Sheldon. And I mean, not the bed, because she was sleeping on the floor. So that would really get on my nerves if I have to spend a place with my boyfriend, and then my boyfriend gets the bed and I get the floor. I mean, I will be super upset, super like mad about it. So this will really get on my nerves. So that means that it's going to affect me in some way, but in a negative one. I mean, in a negative way. Okay, so like that would make me feel angry, that would make me feel like something negative. Okay,
this place maybe.
I mean, it
So
could
that's going to make you feel this place, like you said, angry, bothered.
Yeah, exactly. So for example, if I am, have you ever watched Friends? Have you ever watched the TV show Friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So these Monica, no, I think it's Monica, Phoebe, Rachel, and Monica. Yeah, Monica, she is a neat freak. Do you know this word, neat freak?
So yes. So
Okay, what is that?
like
All time passing the
you're very
computer
obsessed
and
with something in
Uh,
that context, that you're very obsessed with something.
A neat freak, it's this word that we have here. Let me show you. Let me have the spotlight. This one.
Someone who looks
This
a
one.
me teacher. I'm neat freak.
You are? You are?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Completely.
So
I love having everything organized in my apartment, and I am very meticulous with everything.
uh-huh. So you like to clean everything. You like everything to be perfectly clean, perfectly organized. So very good.
Yes,
And
teacher.
John, if you were going to share apartment with a person that is the opposite of you, that would get you on your
No, I
nerves.
can't.
Okay,
can't.
because
Yes.
that would really get you on your nerves, because that is going to make you feel like angry, upset about it. Okay, so that is the meaning of get something on your nerve, or like this would really get on your nerves, because you are a very organized person, clean person, and if you share apartment with another person that is not like you, that is super laid back, that doesn't like to clean, that doesn't like to organize, and not only that, but it's doesn't like to live in a clean environment, and it's a dirty person, so that will get you on your nerves. Okay, so we're going to read this, and if this is something that would really get you on your nerves, you're going to write number 1 next to it. For example, a chatterbox who likes constant company. If you think that is something that you wouldn't like to live with, like a person, you will write number 1. Then number 2, not great, but it wouldn't bother me. It's like, well, I don't care. I mean, it's not like the best thing. It's not like awesome, but it's gonna be like, okay, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. Okay. For example, let's say that you were sharing apartment with a person that likes to go out, and that likes to go out every weekend, for example. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want, of course, but there are people that if they're sharing an apartment, they usually get home super late and wake you up or something. So, or if you don't care about it, if you're like, well, not great, but it wouldn't bother me, I mean, I'm okay with that, then you will mark number 2. You'll write number 2. And number 3, I would like to live with someone like this. If you will love this idea, if you would like to live with a person that is like this, then you will write number 3, okay? So before we start, let's analyze the words in bold. What is a chatterbox? What do you think it means? A chatterbox. What
A
is a
person
chatterbox?
who likes to talk a lot.
Okay, very good. It's a person that is very, very, very talkative. And it's a person that, that person is not silent. It's never silent. So a chatterbox. Awkward socially and keep things to themselves. Do you have any questions about this? A person that is a bit awkward socially?
No, I mean,
So no questions, or no, or you don't understand the meaning?
the opposite to chatterbox, maybe?
Yeah, so awkward socially is a person that is kind of like introvert. It's a person that don't like to share things with other people, and maybe it's kind of like shy somehow. So that's an awkward socially. And keeps things to themselves is a shy person. It's a person that don't like to talk or to say things, or his or her opinions. Okay, good. Messing around, cracking jokes. What is the meaning of this? Messing around, cracking jokes.
Messi Ronaldo is like causing trouble, maybe,
Okay.
with others, and
Mhm.
Cracking jokes is like making fun of people. Like
Okay,
don't
it
know.
could be
I don't like that
something.
kind of those
I
people.
mean, it could be a person that is messing around. It could be something either positive or negative. I mean,
Yes, it could be.
in Spanish we say like tomador de pelo, you know, that's messing around or cracking jokes is a person that is usually like super or that is funny and likes to make jokes out of everything. Okay, that is all the time like telling jokes and so on. So messing around or cracking jokes, that can be good, but at some point it's like it could be not that good, you know. So then we're going to see this. You are going to write your opinion. Someone irritable on a short fuse. What is the meaning of that? On a short fuse, especially on a short fuse, because I think you understand the meaning of this word. I mean, it's the same thing in Spanish, but on a short fuse, taking into account that is similar to this first one, on a short fuse.
I mean, I looked for it and it says like someone that is like lose the temper easily.
So in Spanish we'll
That's
say
impatient.
that is not patience. Okay, so in Spanish we would say something like fosforito, you know, so que se enciende de una manera, se prende.
Barril de pólvora.
Barril de pólvora, okay.
Mecha corta.
Mecha corta. Okay, so it's
What is that?
okay, so mecha corta, maybe. So it's a person that gets mad, that gets upset easily. Okay, with like everything, you talk to that person, you say something, and you don't know if the person is going to like I have one of my sisters like that. Oh my goodness, she's so annoying. Oh, she's so annoying because I never know when she's gonna be like in a great mood or in a bad mood, and then sometimes I'm like scared of saying something because she's like she gets super upset so easily. So yeah,
Those people are unpredictable.
it's annoying. It's annoying, but it's my sister and I love her. So you know, I try to be. Yes.
How many sisters do you have?
I have two.
Oh, okay. Because you love one and the another one.
I have two, my older sister and my little sister. I am the one in the middle. And we're very close. I mean, I love both of them, but I have a better relationship with my older sister because she's more laid back. My little sister, she is on a short fuse. She's very irritable sometimes. So she's super annoying sometimes. Sometimes, I mean, it's not always, but it's something that it's not nice because sometimes you don't know the way she's going to react or she's going to behave. So yeah, that's annoying. Ignore is not that difficult. I know, ignore that kind of things. It's not that difficult, but sometimes it's not easy. Yeah, I mean, I have learned to ignore her, but sometimes it's not.
I have two brothers and a sister. It's not that difficult.
You understand?
I don't know, 17 cousins.
Oh my goodness, it's not that difficult. Yeah, but I am very close to my sisters. We are very close with each other. We have a very close relationship. So and so it's not sometimes it's not that easy. I mean, sometimes I ignore her, but sometimes it's not that easy. So, but you know, that's a short fuse. Laid back and let things get to them. What is the meaning of laid back?
Is too relaxed a person
Okay, it's a very relaxed
who don't
person.
hurt the things or
Yeah,
no, but like
yeah. For
don't
example,
affect things, don't affect them.
yeah. So for example, people that they are usually very like happy and they don't care about like anything. For example, costeños, they tend to be very laid back. I'm not talking about like everyone, but there is a tendency that they're usually laid back and they don't stress about anything. They're like super relaxed people. So someone laid back, or someone that never lets things get to them because they're like, oh, well, I'm not gonna let that affect me or affect my well-being. So that's a great thing. Highly strong, lives on their nerves. What is the meaning of that? Highly strong. This word, have you ever heard about it? What do you think it means?
Like in group, like person who is similar to short fuse, maybe.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes. So it could be a person that it gets nervous, but not in a good way. Or yeah, it's more like a nervous person because that person knows that he or she did something that is not correct or that was not correct. So highly strong, it's more it's muy nervioso. So kind of like neurotic, como, pero ya en un extremo y ya algo no tan bueno. So that is highly strong, who live on their nerves. Neat freak or fussy about hygiene. What is the meaning of neat freak and fussy?
A dirty person, mess, who don't care the order.
The opposite. So a neat freak and a fussy person is someone that likes to be organized and clean. A net freak, so it's a person that likes to have everything organized, like John. Okay, John is a neat freak according to what he said or what he told us.
Yes, teacher, but I'm not fussy.
Okay, you're not. Okay. What about leaves their stuff all over the place?
Fussy?
Sorry?
What is the meaning of fussy?
So fussy is a person that gets irritable when something is or it's a person that is very demanding. Okay, so a neat freak is a person that likes to clean a lot, and a fussy person, it's a person that is very demanding, like strict about hygiene. Muy estrictos, muy meticuloso, muy exigente con la limpieza. Okay, fussy about hygiene. Or fussy about, I mean, fussy, it's not only about hygiene. Fussy is like something like general. Okay, so here it says fussy about hygiene. So in this context, it's talking about hygiene. Okay, Judy. Okay, what about leaves their stuff all over the place? I think we understand what it means. Won't do their share. It's like a person that is not happy, or not necessarily is not happy, but it's the kind of person that would not do their part. So if we live together, we have the same or we have similar responsibilities. For example, if I live with a roommate and I have to clean the bathroom once a week, and then the other person has to do it also once a week, but I do it, let's say, this Sunday, and the next person has to do it the following Sunday, and I do it, but the other person doesn't do it when he or she is supposed to do it. So it's the kind of person that it's that won't do their share, like their responsibility, will not do what he or she is supposed to do. What about someone overbearing and arrogant? What do you understand by this, overbearing? Have you
Like narcissist.
Okay, yes. And arrogant, well, we know what arrogant means. won't listen to other people's points of view. We understand what it means. Hyperactive, we understand what it means. Finds it difficult to unwind. What is the meaning of unwind?
Yeah.
Unwind. Unwind means to relax. Finds it difficult to relax. Okay. Someone who lounges around. Someone who lounges around is a person that likes to waste their time, his or her time. Okay. Someone who sulks. What is sulks? What is this word?
Sorry, teacher. What's the meaning of the lounge around?
Lounge around is a person that likes to do nothing. That is a person that enjoy or prefers not to do anything productive.
Lazy?
Lazy, yes, it's a lazy person. Yes, yes. So it's like someone that maybe is like sitting on the a couch potato. It's also known as a couch potato. So it's a person that doesn't like to do anything, is not an active person, that spends hours and hours maybe sleeping, checking their phones, and then wasting time and doing like nothing productive. So that's a person that launches around. What is the meaning of sulks? Someone who sulks rather than saying what it's on their mind. So sulks.
It's like angry.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So this
Someone that is quiet.
yeah. So it's a person that prefers not to say anything. It's a person that prefers to be silent. And well, yes, Angelica, kind of like Matt. So if I am annoyed, or if I am disappointed, or if I am upset about something, it's I prefer not to say anything. So I usually sulk, or I am a sulk person, and I prefer not to say anything instead of saying what is on my mind. Okay, so someone who sulks rather than saying what is on their mind. So it's a person that prefers to be silent, even though they're mad, even though they are upset, even though they're disappointed, they prefer not to say anything. Okay, someone opinionated and outspoken. What is opinionated and outspoken? Someone opinionated.
Someone who speaks a lot.
Someone who speaks a lot, but
But is
not
good at talking, like argumentative? No?
opinionated.
Criticizing, maybe.
Yes, a person that criticizes a lot. It's like no one asks you for your opinion. If no one asked for your opinion, then don't say anything. So an opinionated person is the kind of person that, for example, you invite someone over to your house, and then that person starts saying like, but why are you doing that? I would do this in my case, or you shouldn't do that. Or, it's a person that, for example, let's say that you just had a baby, and then the person says, oh, why do you name your baby Bruno, for example? Bruno is such a horrible name. Bruno it sounds like a dog.
I
Or
hate that people.
that is an opinionated person. Nobody asked you for your opinion in that case. You name your child whatever you want, however you want. I mean, if you want to have or say your opinion about someone else's kid, like have your own kid, but do not be opinionated. Do not be outspoken. Do not say things that are not necessary. For example, if I see that you look sick, or you look tired, I'm not gonna say like, oh, you look horrible, what has happened to you? You have you have gained some weight, or you lost some weight, but you don't look good. That kind of stuff. That is an opinionated person. And it's like, I know, like I have a mirror in my house. You don't have to say how I look. You don't have to make comments about how I look. So that's an opinionated and an outspoken person. So it's a person that loves to judge. It's a person that loves to give his or her comments, even though nobody asked them for their opinion. Okay.
A reckless person. It could be.
Yes, for sure. And someone unpredictable whose mood changes for no apparent reason, then we understand what it means. So guys, now you are going to read the description and you are going to write 1 if that would really get on your nerves. 2, you are going to write number 2 if it's not great but it wouldn't bother you, or 3 if you would like to live with someone like this. Okay, is the activity clear? Is it clear what we're going to do?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay, so please start. Please start and let me know when you finish.
Teacher, can you move down a little, please? Thanks.
Let me know when you finish, guys. Okay, Angelica already finished. So let's see. Angelica, what is something that you wouldn't like to find in a roommate, and something that would really get on your nerves out of this?
Teacher, I suppose that I can support someone who likes messing around and cracking jokes, and also someone laid back who never let things get to them. But it's the other things I can support, or anyone's I can like it.
Okay, but what is something that it's like, oh, I would hate, or this will really get on my nerves out of this?
I think I a little neat freak, so I can support a messy person, and that especially in the cook, I can support this one.
Okay. Okay. So you wouldn't like to live, for example, with a person that leaves their stuff all over the place. You wouldn't like. I mean, that will really get you on your nerves. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. What about, let me see here, Andrea Munoz. What is something that you would hate, something that you say, okay, not great, but it wouldn't bother me, and something that you would love or you would like to find in
Okay, teacher.
a
Something that I hated, maybe someone who lounge around doing nothing for hours. Maybe someone that I love. Maybe relationship with the hygiene.
the hygiene.
But not like, yes, but not like fussy, because maybe I don't know. See, in a medium
Not to that,
level.
like an extreme.
Yeah, not. Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
But because I think that I'm very organized, and I'm very I want to be all very clean and very organized and very in the perfect side. So I think that two persons with these characteristics, maybe
Yes,
it's not.
it's not good. That could
I
be
need someone
dangerous.
that's less than me in this time.
So you need to find like a balance there, not like two people that are the same. I agree with you. I agree with you. I understand. Well, I am not the most organized person. Like, honestly, like I am not the most organized. I mean, I'm also not like
Me too.
organized. I mean,
No,
sometimes
I'm the
when
most
I
organized.
no, sometimes when I get home, from my job, I put on my pajamas and I usually leave the clothes there, and I said, well, I want to put on my pajamas. I am going to organize my clothes later.
Tomorrow,
But I mean,
tomorrow will be
I
another
mean,
day.
and I do it. I mean, I organize, I clean, but I'm not like a neat freak. I'm not like, oh my God, everything needs to be perfect, and I'm like cleaning all the time. So I am not like that. I am very relaxed in that way, but I like everything to be organized, but I'm not like super strict on that.
No, teacher,
So
I'm very strict with this.
you are okay. So I
Yes.
that
So
living
I
with
think that two persons with the same thing about this,
with the
maybe.
so you and I will be a perfect match, because if I lived with another person that is like me or worse than me, I would hate that. I would be like, oh my God, I hate this person because that person doesn't like to clean, or maybe it's like me, but to like in a more like deep level, or is worse than me, or maybe it's also laid back, but it doesn't, but that person doesn't clean that frequently like as I do. So I think that living with the person that is the same as me or worse than me, I wouldn't like to live with a person. However, I wouldn't like to live with a person that is very strict with the cleaning, because I mean, I am usually a very organized and clean person, but I am not crazy about it. And I know that I have some responsibilities, but I find the time to do everything. So I'm like, okay, I know I have to clean, I know I have to do that, I know I have to, but I will do it in my own pace. You know, I will, if I need to clean, for example, the kitchen after cooking, I said, okay, maybe in like an hour I will do it. But there are some people that are like, no, you have to do it right now. I'm like, no, I mean, let me relax a little bit, let me do other things, and then I'll do it. I know that I have to do it, I will do it for sure, but not like a neat freak. So I would
Teacher, when I finish my meals, breakfast, lunch, or whatever, I wash the how do
the
you say plato in English?
the
I don't know.
dishes,
Yes,
yeah, you have,
yes.
you need to.
In the moment, at the moment.
No, I'm not like that. No,
Yes,
I want to rest a little bit. I said I just had lunch. I want to rest. I'll do it later. I'll do it in an hour, or in like half an hour, but
no,
not
I
right
wash in the
away.
moment.
No,
Me
I
too,
mean,
I'm crazy,
I'm like that.
teacher. I'm
like
crazy.
Andrea or like me, Freddy.
So you feel like a
Not like
scratch in your
you. I mean,
brain
I don't
if
do
you
it
don't do it right now.
at the moment, but later.
Yes, yes. What do you say, Christian?
That might have feel as an scratch in their brain if don't do it right now. For example,
Yeah. Uh-huh. I know, I know. Some yes. So I feel, I mean, I understand. I am usually like laid back in that way. Um, and I learned to be, sometimes when I was living in my with my host family, I have my room just for myself, and I would, wash my clothes, and after I got my clothes washed, I would put it in like a chair, and I will be like, okay, I know that I have to organize the clothes, but I won't do it right away because I want to take a break or something. So I would do it like after my shift, after I finished working, and I would just put my clothes where they are. But it's not like I have to do everything like immediately after I finished something. For example, if I just finished washing and the clothes are ready to be folded and to be placed or put in where they belong, I know that I have to do it, but I take my time. I mean, I'm usually very clean and very organized, but I'm not like Andrea. I'm not like that.
So
So
sad, teacher.
yeah. What about, let me see. What about Julie? Julie, what do you think? What is something that you would like to find in a roommate, or something that it wouldn't bother you, or something that would really get on your nerves? Julie? Let's go with another person. Let's go with Jennifer Jimena.
Yes, teacher.
So what is something that you would like to find in a roommate, or something that you would hate?
Something that I would like to find. It's like somebody that maybe is not irritable. And something that dislikes me a lot is someone who doesn't share um, doing the housework, because it yes, having a clean clean house is an important thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's essential for me.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you very much, Jennifer. So people, we're going to finish today's session with this listening exercise. We're going to listen to 5 people describing a person they find or they found difficult to live with. Who are they talking about, and which characteristics in exercise number 2, that means this that we just did, do they mention? Okay, so please take notes of this, and then we're going to analyze it. So let's listen.
Unit 8, Recording 1. 1.
My sister really drives me mad because she won't just have, you know, a normal conversation about something if we disagree. She'll just go off into a corner and sulk like a 4-year-old, and it will last for ages. She can go on like this. She can not talk to me. She won't pick up the phone. Drives me mad. I'd rather just, you know, come out with it, say what the problem is, and move on. You can't have a normal argument and get over it like most people. She doesn't get over it. It goes on and on and on. Sometimes for months she'll be quiet and not say anything.
2.
I share a dorm room with my friend Laura, and she's really a lot of fun, and she's really funny, and we always have a good laugh about stuff happening at school. The only problem is that she never stops talking. I mean, like I love talking as well, but after a long day of classes, and then I also have a part-time job, I sometimes just want to come into the dorm room and relax or do work or just chill out on my own and listen to music or something. And she's just always there, and she always wants to tell me everything she's done in the day, which I'm glad to hear sometimes, but not all the time. Just every single thing she's done that day, every single, you know, thing she ate. It's just like, I don't need to know every single detail going on in her life. And I hate to say this, but I just really wish she would shut up sometimes, just at least for a few minutes, so I can think.
3.
The worst thing about Tony, my ex-flatmate, was his moods. He just would swing from one extreme to the other. So for one day he'd be full of jokes and laughs and conversations, and I'd think, oh, that's fantastic living with Tony. And then literally the next day I'd come home and he'd be monosyllabic or not even speak to me, and he'd have a face like thunder. And I felt like maybe I've done something wrong. Have I offended him? Have I, you know, is my room too messy or something? And I couldn't be doing with it. You never knew where you stood with him.
4.
I think what really annoys me about my boyfriend is that he's incredibly opinionated and takes the moral high ground on most things. He has been described by people as a bit of a know-it-all. He's got better latterly at sort of pretending to listen and take on board other people's opinions, but you just know that deep down that he believes that he is the word of authority, and I find that intensely annoying, actually.
5.
One massive problem with my ex-husband was that he was tidy, but I mean to the point of fanatically tidy. You know, he would pick up anything. If it'd been lying on the floor for 2 seconds, there'd be a big oh and a tut, and then it would be folded with military precision and then put in the correct place instantly. So I just couldn't leave anything, not even for 5 minutes. If I was going into the shower, left a towel on the floor, everything was then just sighing and groaning about it and then putting it away, but putting it away within 2 seconds, and it has to go back in the right place. It cannot go in the wrong place. It must go in this place, which is specifically for the white towels. Drove me crazy.
Okay, do you need to listen to it again, or are you clear?
Yes, teacher, once more.
Okay, so one more. Okay.
Unit 8, Recording 1. 1.
My sister really drives me mad because she won't just have, you know, a normal conversation about something if we disagree. She'll just go off into a corner and sulk like a 4-year-old, and it will last for ages. She can go on like this. She can not talk to me. She won't pick up the phone. Drives me mad. I'd rather just, you know, come out with it, say what the problem is, and move on. You can't have a normal argument and get over it like most people. She doesn't get over it. It goes on and on and on. Sometimes for months she'll be quiet and not say anything.
2.
I share a dorm room with my friend Laura, and she's really a lot of fun, and she's really funny, and we always have a good laugh about stuff happening at school. The only problem is that she never stops talking. I mean, like I love talking as well, but after a long day of classes, and then I also have a part-time job, I sometimes just want to come into the dorm room and relax and or do work or just chill out on my own and listen to music or something. And she's just always there, and she always wants to tell me everything she's done in the day, which I'm glad to hear sometimes, but not all the time. Just every single thing she's done that day, every single, thing she ate. It's just like, I don't need to know every single detail going on in her life. And I hate to say this, but I just really wish she would shut up sometimes, just at least for a few minutes, so I can think.
3.
The worst thing about Tony, my ex-flatmate, was his moods. He just would swing from one extreme to the other. So for one day he'd be full of jokes and laughs and conversations, and I'd think, oh, that's fantastic living with Tony. And then literally the next day I'd come home and he'd be monosyllabic or not even speak to me, and he'd have a face like thunder. And I felt like maybe I've done something wrong. Have I offended him? Have I, is my room too messy or something? And I couldn't be doing with it. You never knew where you stood with him.
4.
I think what really annoys me about my boyfriend is that he's incredibly opinionated and takes the moral high ground on most things. He has been described by people as a bit of a know-it-all. He's got better latterly at sort of pretending to listen and take on board other people's opinions, but you just know that deep down that he believes that he is the word of authority, and I find that intensely annoying, actually.
5.
One massive problem with my ex-husband was that he was tidy, but I mean to the point of fanatically tidy. He would pick up anything. If it'd been lying on the floor for 2 seconds, there'd be a big oh and a tut, and then it would be folded with military precision and then put in the correct place instantly. So I just couldn't leave anything, not even for 5 minutes. If I was going into the shower, left a towel on the floor, everything was then just sighing and groaning about it and then putting it away, but putting it away within 2 seconds, and it has to go back in the right place. It cannot go in the wrong place. It must go in this place, which is specifically for the white towels. Drove me crazy.
Okay, people, so what was the situation in number 1? What about speaker number 1? What was he or she talking about? Well, she talking about. Who was she talking about?
She talked about her sister.
Her sister, yes.
He said that if someone suck a lot and don't respond her phone, when she was angry and don't say anything.
So yes, she talks about her sister, and she said that she sulks and she doesn't say what the problem is. Okay, so she was describing her sister. Okay, what about speaker number 2? Very good, Angelica, excellent. Speaker number 2, what about her? Who did she talk about?
About her sister, I don't remember, but she on
No,
well, it's not her
Laura?
sister.
It's a friend, Laura.
It's a friend, yes, it's a friend.
She's very quiet, don't speak, doesn't speak, so it's a little worried about that.
No, that is for the
That's
second
the first one.
That's the first one. That's the first
The
one.
first
Guys.
one.
The second one is totally the opposite.
Yeah.
A chatterbox.
Yeah, so a
We are talking about the first or the second?
No, the second one.
1 minute
second
with
one.
silence.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so
It's Laura. It's about the second one is about Laura. That is she wants her friends, but she never stopped talking.
Yeah,
all
she
the time.
talks a lot. She
It's a
talks all
little
the
annoying.
time. Yes. So she talks about her roommate who is a chatterbox, and she always wants to talk about what happens to her, like every single thing. And then she said, like, I mean, sometimes it's good to listen to her talking, but not always. Like sometimes she just want her to be quiet, and she doesn't want to know everything that happens in her life. I mean, in the other girl's life. So she said, like, she doesn't always have to listen to her, and she wouldn't stop talking. So she's a chatterbox. So okay, very good. What about speaker number 3? What is the situation for speaker number 3? Who did he talk about?
He was talking about his ex-classmate,
Ex,
Tony,
ex
and he was
flatmate.
saying, yeah, he was explaining that he was sometimes always making jokes of being funny around, but on the opposite, like the next day, he was monosyllabic, like quiet,
Yeah.
and didn't say anything. So he says, like, you don't know where to stand,
What to expect.
what to
Yeah.
expect from that
So
person.
he was unpredictable, right? He was unpredictable because you would never know how, if he was going to be in a good mood or in a bad mood. So he used to change a lot, or moods a lot. So that's what he said, that his ex-flatmate was unpredictable and changed moods a lot. Okay, very good. What about speaker number 4? What
It's
did you
about her ex-boyfriend.
boyfriend? Okay. What does she say about it? I mean, about him?
TikTok is annoying because he was opinionated,
He's opinionated. Uh-huh.
and he always criticized um, all things that she
Everything.
made.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And doesn't really listen. So he's opinionated and doesn't really listen. Yes, Mr. Knows It All. It's the kind of person that believes that he or she knows everything. Oh, I hate people that are like that. I mean, it's impossible
Yes.
to know everything. It's impossible to know everything.
Yeah,
But
like they always have the right reason, and
yeah,
everything is
like, but
in the
pretend,
own way.
yes, pretend like, oh, I have already lived that I have already experienced that, so I know I am a master on that topic and I know everything, and you shouldn't do that because it's like, okay, like, I didn't ask you for your opinion. I thank you, but I don't need them. I don't need your opinion. I don't need your comments. I don't need them. So that's pretty annoying, and especially people that are opinionated and people that don't really listen, and they just think that they know everything and that they are right about everything. So yeah, I hate that. What about the last person? Who was she talking about?
He is
About her
very,
ex-husband?
Ex-husband, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What did she say about her ex-husband?
he is very neat freak,
Yes.
organized, extremely tidy, because her husband needs to keep up in order or in the moment, no, like what you said, teacher.
Uh-huh.
You are clean, but no, but in your moment, no, like, okay, wait a moment.
I will do it. I know that I have to do it, but
Yeah.
uh-huh.
No, he doesn't. He
Yeah.
needs to keep it all in tidy and in
Yeah.
order and in that moment. That's
Yeah.
Like me.
Like Andrea, yes. Okay, yes, like Andrea. So she said that her ex-husband was a neat freak and he was very fussy about putting things in the right place. For example, she mentioned something like, "Oh, you should not put those towels there because that is a place only for white towels," and things like that. And it's like, oh, and there are people, I remember that my one of my teachers, well, professors from university, she was my professor in the first semester, and she used to tell us that she was like Monica, and then she was a neat freak, and then she also said that she needs to organize her clothes in colors. But I think I mean, that's beyond the neat freak. I mean, she said that, for example, if she needs to organize her blue colors in one side, and then maybe like her yellow colors in another place, jeans in a separate way, black clothes in this way. So like everything needs to be perfectly organized, and then also with the hangers, so the hangers need to be like all of them need to be from the same brand or something. So she couldn't have hangers that were different colors, or they were different in size, or like different hangers in general. So she was crazy about it, and I don't think that's being only like a knit freak. I think there is something like more about it, like something else behind that, aim to be like that organized person. So she was a neat freak, and I think that's a lot. I mean, there is a limit, and she was going beyond those
Teacher,
limits.
but organize your clothes in order to color. No, this is clean me, because it's nice for the view.
I mean,
it's like harmony. For example, I organize
I
my
don't agree.
clothes depend of the clothes. For example, dress in a
That's
size,
different.
jeans.
But that's different.
I do it.
With I mean, but I think it's different. I also do that. I mean, I say like, okay, those are my jeans, these are my pants, these are my blouses, these are my shirts. This is, I mean, I do it like that, but not in colors. No, I mean, I don't say this is black, this is white, this is yellow, this is orange. No, I don't do that. That's different. I mean,
but that is nice, teacher.
I don't think so. I disagree.
That is for the people who look, is like, oh, it's relaxed. If I have a lot of clothes to different colors, I will.
I disagree. I strongly disagree. I'm sorry, but I disagree. I mean, I understand if you want to organize your clothes depending on, I mean, if you're organizing your jeans, pants, shorts, dresses, to have like them, but not in colors. That's crazy. And there are people that like to organize color. For example, if it's light blue or navy blue, so it's like, okay, let's just start with white, and then we go with yellow, and then we go with orange, and then we go with red, and then we go with that with those colors. That's crazy. That's not a neat freak. That's a sick person.
My dad counts what account of pants or shirts or all of he have.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes. And I have a checklist. And when he wash, maybe, how do you say pañuelo in English? I don't know.
That's like a tissue or something.
Okay, tissue.
Tissue.
Tissue. And maybe my sister take the tissues when she have a cold, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad say,
oh, but hold on,
yes,
that's yes, handkerchief, or that's the different, like with clothes, that's a handkerchief.
Okay, yes, I mean this.
So your dad counts how many he has?
Yes.
And
how pants and how all he counts all. his dreams.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes,
That's
teacher.
crazy.
It's crazy.
That I can see why you're like that. I can see why you are a neat freak and you like to or have everything organized. I understand now the reason why. Okay, my people, very, very, very good. So now I am going to let you go and rest because it's Friday. It's 9 p.m. and it's time for you to go on a break. I will see you on Tuesday. Remember that we have this coming on Monday. It's a holiday, so of course we are not meeting on Monday. We're meeting on Tuesday. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great, great, great weekend. See you on Tuesday. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, teacher. Have a good night.
Bye-bye. You too. Thank you.